Someone named Bria Hartley was slowly walking and dribbling at the same time.
Bria Hartley smiling and laughing over this incident of Sophie Cunningham being hurt.
Bria Hartley after it, where she's smiling.
Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now, clearly smiling after injuring.
New footage has shaken the WNBA world. Bria Hartley is being accused of intentionally attacking Sophie Cunningham.
Bria Hartley with the sinister grin, right? This malevolent look that's on her face right now, clearly smiling after injuring Sophie Cunningham, man.
Leaving fans outraged and demanding answers. This isn't just a foul, it's a moment that could change everything.
You can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee.
Fans immediately began calling out Hartley's act as one of the dirtiest plays of the season. The angle showed Sophie Cunningham helplessly going down while Hartley fell with full weight onto her.
Many fans of the Indiana Felines are claiming that this was intentional, or at minimum, it could have been avoided. I'll let you decide for yourself, but their claims might be legitimate based on the instant reaction from Bria Hartley.
What made it worse was how quickly Hartley stood up without concern. Observers said that reaction made it look far from accidental.
Someone named Bria Hartley was slowly walking and dribbling at the same time. As she is losing her balance, she conveniently breaks her fall on Sophie Cunningham's leg.
Experts reviewing the slow-motion replay noticed Hartley's leg shifting direction midair, appearing to aim directly towards Sophie's knee. The movement didn't look like a simple fall.
Bria Hartley smiling and laughing over this incident of Sophie Cunningham being hurt. Now, it's interesting, this injury expert speculates, doesn't think it's an ACL, maybe an MCL, or the thing that I considered when I saw it. I thought her knee dislocated.
This gave weight to arguments that Hartley had acted intentionally. Sophie being in pain on the floor only intensified the backlash against Hartley.
Bria Hartley comes up for the layup. She throws the pass and she immediately falls down on Sophie Cunningham's leg. She kind of falls and then takes Sophie Cunningham down with her.
Multiple fans posted clips online showing Hartley's grin after Sophie hit the ground. Many claimed her body language revealed everything.
We've also got a very interesting picture that has emerged with Bria Hartley smiling and laughing over this incident of Sophie Cunningham being hurt. This is Bria Hartley right here, grinning from ear to ear with Sophie Cunningham smiling. I mean, that's despicable, folks. There's no other way to look at it.
Instead of showing regret, she seemed satisfied. People began to question if Hartley's goal was to take Sophie out of the game entirely.
She falls on her leg. She falls on Sophie Cunningham's leg. And now she is grinning, right? Grinning. Come on, man. At this point, you have to call it for what it is.
Commentators drew attention to Hartley's long history of dirty fouls, saying this incident perfectly fit the pattern. They noted how she often went after key players in frustrating ways. In this case, Sophie Cunningham became the latest victim. For many, the injury was no longer just a bad fall. It was a symbol of Hartley's reckless style.
But at the end of the day, man, she is a dirty player. This is a player with 5 techs, 2 ejections, and no consequences. All right, this is who we're talking about. And at the end of the day, man, you have to let the evidence speak for itself. She is dirty. It all comes back to this player is dirty.
One analyst warned that the WNBA risked serious injuries if such plays continued unchecked. The league's reluctance to act after Sophie Cunningham's fall raised eyebrows. Many felt Hartley's actions crossed the line from competitive to dangerous. Calls grew louder for officials to step in before another player faced a similar fate.
They paid WNBA refs. WNBA evaluating poor efficiency or officiating. Nothing Kathy Engelbert has had a free ride. You want to talk about? Nope, I'm not reading that. But first step they should do is outlaw flopping. Flopping isn't allowed. The referees just don't do anything.
Fans of the Indiana Fever expressed devastation as Sophie Cunningham's season appeared in jeopardy. They argued that the team couldn't afford to lose another star after Caitlin Clark's earlier absence. Seeing Sophie go down under Hartley's weight sparked anger. Many said it wasn't just bad luck, but a direct attack that robbed them of hope.
that did weigh in based on the camera angles of Sophie Cunningham's injury. You can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee. The Indiana Fever has lost both of their top draws, both of their top billing that they had on the team. I said yesterday after she got hurt, Jesus, this is getting real tough to watch.
This replay clip showed how Hartley's elbow braced against Sophie before she collapsed fully onto her leg. The crowd's reaction was immediate, booing as Sophie stayed down. Analysts highlighted the unusual motion Hartley used, almost steering herself into Sophie instead of away. It made the argument of intention even harder to ignore.
As is common in the WNBA, Bruce lost her balance while attempting to walk and dribble. As she is losing her balance, she conveniently breaks her fall on Sophie Cunningham's leg. Many fans of the Indiana Felines are claiming that this was intentional, or at minimum, it could have been avoided. I'll let you decide for yourself, but their claims might be legitimate based on the instant reaction from Bria Hartley.
Social media trended with hashtags calling for Hartley's suspension. Fans didn't buy the narrative of an accident after watching Sophie's collapse multiple times.
I'm still sitting here waiting on Kathy. I'm waiting on somebody to step forward and say, you know what? She's unhinged. We need to get her off the floor. Suspend her for X amount of games. Or for the rest of the season. Whatever it is, she needs to feel some consequences, man.
They insisted that Hartley should be punished for targeting Sophie Cunningham. Some even demanded the Fever file an official complaint to the league.
And she's going to continue to do it until the WNBA comes out and say, hey, you know what? She thinks she can do whatever she wants to anybody on the floor. We have to get a stop to that. Put a stop to it, man.
Writers covering the league said Sophie Cunningham's fall symbolized a larger problem. They explained how repeated cheap shots like Hartley's went without serious consequences. Sophie's injury was portrayed as a preventable disaster. In their eyes, Bria Hartley embodied everything wrong with a lack of accountability.
Players have complained about the lack of officiating. Coaches have admitted that they're allowed to get away with increased physicality when defending certain players, mainly star players, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Sophie Cunningham. All season, fans have complained about the lack of officiating.
Second quarter, someone named Bria Hartley was slowly walking and dribbling at the same time. As she lost her balance, she conveniently broke her fall on Sophie Cunningham's leg. Many Indiana fans claim this was intentional, or at least avoidable. Their claims seem legitimate based on Bria Hartley's instant reaction after the contact.
Someone named Bria Hartley was slowly walking and dribbling at the same time. As is common in the WNBA, Bruce lost her balance while attempting to walk and dribble. As she is losing her balance, she conveniently breaks her fall on Sophie Cunningham's leg. Many fans of the Indiana Felines are claiming that this was intentional, or at minimum, it could have been avoided.
A very interesting picture has emerged with Bria Hartley smiling and laughing after Sophie Cunningham was hurt. Observers pointed out how Hartley launched herself into Sophie's knee during the play. The reaction online was furious, with many calling it despicable. Fans accused Hartley of intentionally targeting Sophie in a way that crossed the line of competition.
We've also got a very interesting picture that has emerged with Bria Hartley smiling and laughing over this incident of Sophie Cunningham being hurt. You can tell Bria Hartley, in my opinion, she launched herself into her knee. She did. And I've seen some of the reaction online. And guys, it's despicable. It really is. There's a lot of people celebrating this injury.
Commentators highlighted how Sophie Cunningham had just gone down with another major setback. The injury came in the middle of a tough season for the Fever, already without Caitlin Clark. Bria Hartley's involvement in this incident only added to the frustration. Fans saw Sophie as one of the most important players, and losing her in this way hit especially hard.
In the last 90 days, if you remove Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese from the equation, Sophie Cunningham is the most searched player in the WNBA. According to Google Trends, Sophie Cunningham is the leader in generating interest in 49 out of 50 states.
During this breakdown, Hartley's fall on Sophie Cunningham was replayed in slow motion. The angle clearly showed Sophie's leg twisting unnaturally under Hartley's weight. Analysts noted that Hartley had enough time to brace herself differently, but still chose to crash down directly onto Sophie. This fueled even more outrage, as fans insisted the act was intentional.
That is a Bria Hartley, diving into the knees of Sophie Cunningham. Now, we know that play has since went viral, and I'm here to tell you more news is coming out in regards to Bria Hartley, and it looked like she was kind of pleased with what she done to Sophie Cunningham. Now, I told y'all yesterday, man, we have to put our regular hats on. We have to put ourselves in the humanity.
Fans erupted online after seeing Sophie Cunningham collapse in pain. Many said it wasn't just a coincidence, but part of Hartley's repeated dirty behavior. Commentators stressed that Sophie had been targeted before, but this incident crossed a dangerous line. Bria Hartley's reputation only made it worse, convincing people this was no accident.
She's coming out here and doing these things because she's not feeling any consequence. There's no accountability on these fouls that she's pulling, right? These dirty plays that she's pulling, there's no accountability for it. And that's why these players feel like they can continue to come out here and play rugby ball and do whatever they want. It's because there are no consequences behind their actions, man. This is what, the fourth time a player has been injured when these two meet?
The outcry following Sophie Cunningham's collapse emphasized how dangerous Hartley's actions appeared. Fans pointed out the repeated physicality Sophie endured all season, and this moment felt like the breaking point. The incident was labeled as yet another example of unchecked aggression. For Indiana, losing Sophie this way piled on pressure and highlighted the need for accountability.
And she's going to continue to do it until the WNBA comes out and say, hey, you know what? She thinks she can do whatever she wants to anybody on the floor. We have to get a stop to that. Put a stop to it, man. Put a stop to it. Suspend her for a good amount of games to make her feel it in her pockets. You have to do something. You have to do something. You cannot keep allowing her to come out here and hurt these players.
2 months earlier, Hartley had been involved in another controversial play, pulling Angel Reese's hair during a rebound. That incident caused a heated exchange, but only resulted in a common foul. Just weeks later, she clashed again with Rebecca Allen. Now, with Sophie Cunningham's injury, many said it was proof Hartley had a pattern of going after opponents.
Bria Hartley has been involved in several incidents like this season. 2 months ago, the female Suns were playing the Chicago Bravado. Angel Reese was going for one of her patented me-bounds after missing another easy layup. Normally, the me-bound Barbie is able to jump 1 or 2 inches off the floor to pad her stats.
Sports injury expert Brian Sutterer explained that Hartley falling onto Sophie's knee could cause a serious ACL or MCL tear. He emphasized the inward bend of Sophie's knee matched the impact from Hartley's fall. Though he hoped it wasn't season-ending, his analysis supported claims that the contact wasn't just incidental. It was exactly the type of play that puts careers at risk.
So the sports injury MD, Brian Stutterer, analyzes the injuries that athletes suffer on his YouTube channel. And on August 17th, he did a video on Sophie Cunningham's injury. After detailing what actually happened to Cunningham's knee when Hartley falls on her, or launches herself into her, noted that this play could potentially cause an ACL tear.
Commentators pointed out how Sophie Cunningham had already been targeted with dirty plays before this game. She'd been shoved, elbowed, and even suplexed in previous matchups. For fans, Hartley's fall wasn't an isolated mistake, but another chapter in a disturbing trend. Sophie seemed to always be on the receiving end of reckless actions.
I don't think there was anything intentional here. And I mean this when I say this, Sophie Cunningham has been on the receiving end of what I would call dirty plays. She got suplexed by, let's just talk about preseason. She got suplexed by Kiki Iriafen. That's the thing. I mean, so Sophie Cunningham was a black belt. She was a black belt, so Kiki Iriafen wanted to try out some judo moves on her.
Some fans questioned why the league allowed Hartley to keep playing without consequences. They noted this wasn't the first or even second time she had injured an opponent. Each time, the WNBA failed to step in with suspensions or fines. Sophie Cunningham's injury reignited demands for stronger punishment.
There's no accountability on these fouls that she's pulling, right? These dirty plays that she's pulling, there's no accountability for it. And that's why these players feel like they can continue to come out here and play rugby ball and do whatever they want. It's because there are no consequences behind their actions, man. This is what, the fourth time a player has been injured when these two meet? And she's going to continue to do it until the WNBA comes out and say, hey, you know what? She thinks she can do whatever she wants to anybody on the floor. We have to get a stop to that. Put a stop to it, man.
Fans complained that officiating had become a joke, pointing out that dangerous plays like Hartley's fall were waved off as nothing. The lack of action left players vulnerable. Sophie Cunningham's collapse was seen as the final warning sign. If referees couldn't stop Hartley, fans argued the league leadership must.
The commissioner has boiled it down to, the only time people complain about referees when they lose. It's not actually the referees' problem. Our referees are good. It's just teams losing want someone to blame. Like, it's as often that a winning team calls out the referees as a losing team. Like, all the conversation is about, from Fever fans, is about the referees. The Fever won. The Fever won. Like, it's... The fact that the commissioners come basically has ignored all of it because it's like, this whole thing is just about teams that are losing.
Calls for suspension echoed across fan forums. Viewers insisted Hartley's actions showed clear disregard for safety. Sophie's collapse was painful to watch, and many felt Hartley had crossed a line from physical play into outright malice. The league's silence only fueled more outrage.
I don't know if the referees could have prevented this Sophie Cunningham injury. I'm going to be honest with that. I don't know if the referees could have done it. I don't know if it was intentional from Bria Hartley. I think if it was anyone other than Bria Hartley or Marina Mabry on the Sun team, everyone would have just said, no, it's not intentional. It was completely accidental.
Writers covering the aftermath said Hartley's fall on Sophie was not just one moment, but part of a troubling pattern. They described how the league's failure to act left players like Sophie unprotected. Fans demanded accountability, fearing more stars could be lost if Hartley continued unchecked.
Bria Hartley has been involved in several incidents like this season. 2 months ago, the female Suns were playing the Chicago Bravado. Angel Reese was going for one of her patented me-bounds after missing another easy layup. Normally, the me-bound Barbie is able to jump 1 or 2 inches off the floor to pad her stats.
You have got to protect your star players. No one is paying to see Bria Hartley. If Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham aren't safe, the league doesn't deserve my eyeballs.
You're going to be scared of them television ratings if Caitlin Clark don't come back healthy, and Sophie Cunningham. Let's not pretend there's not people out there tuning in just to watch her.
You have got to protect your star players. No one is paying to see Bria Hartley. I mean, seriously.
This was just a basketball play, but the outcome is probably one of the Fever's most important players being done for the season.
This isn't even like JC Sheldon jumping through Sid Colson's legs. Like, that was objectively a dirty play.
You cannot keep allowing her to come out here and hurt these players. You cannot allow it. This can't be a serious sports league if referees are this bad.
And she's going to continue to do it until the WNBA comes out and say, hey, you know what? She thinks she can do whatever she wants to anybody on the floor. We have to get a stop to that.
You can't have this can't be a serious sports league if the referees at its bad.
This story proves how one dirty moment can change everything. Don't miss what's coming next. Like, subscribe, and share.